In this week's Kara's Cure, she's a New York Times best-selling author many times over, motivational speaker, and a life coach.
She's all about self-love, forgiveness, and a holistic approach to spirituality. We're so excited to welcome Gabby Bernstein to Better Connecticut.
Hi, Gabby. So good to have you back. When you first came on our show, you were still starting out, and now you're, of course, a leading voice in the self-care space. So thank you for being with us.
It's so nice to be back with you. I love you. You're a wonderful person. So nice to see you.
I love you too. And I love how you've blown up since the once upon a time. So I've been watching your Insta videos, and I wanted to ask you this about the silver linings of the pandemic. So what are the positives that we can take away? I think we're all looking for that.
Well, I've had quite a few. I can really just speak from my own experience at this time. My opportunity to really grow the bond between myself and my son. So I have this very lovely 20-month-old baby who is just, he's not a baby anymore. He's a massive child. But he's so awesome. And it's been the biggest privilege of my life to be home, be still, be with him, and have this chance to get to be with him in a different way. So that's a major one. So the time spent with family, this time spent with our children, I think is probably what we can focus on most.
Yeah.
I think that we also have this moment of time where we can really get more grounded, and we can look at this experience with the perspective of how can I use any downtime that I may have now to relax, to calm my nervous system, to change my energy, and to maybe do something that I never would have done before because I was so busy out in the world. And that brings me to the next one, which is really starting to align more with what brings us joy and what brings us inspiration. Because when we have the freedom, when we're not traveling, when we're not all over the place, when we're not having so many expectations of us, we have a little bit more freedom to focus on what's inspiring to us. And Kara, what's so important about that is that when we focus on what's inspiring to us, we elevate our energy. And that's what we need most right now for our immune system, for our sustainability through this time. So focusing on what brings you joy, focusing on what's inspiring, using any extra time you may have as a result of being home or not having to travel, to use that wisely to get connected to inspiration.
Absolutely. And I know you talk about this in your book, The Super Attractor, which is out. And a lot of us are trying to make the daily grind more of a sacred grind, but without quitting our day job, so to speak. And I know you're big on affirmations. If people are a little new to that, what's a good way to work that in and begin that practice? Where do they start?
I think that a simple affirmation that people can start to use is, I choose to perceive this day with joy. I choose to perceive this day with joy. Or I choose to see through the lens of love. Or I like the language choosing, because it gives us power once again to affirm that I have the choice of how I'm going to perceive my life. So it's not that we can change our outside experiences, but we can change the way we experience our experiences. And that comes through our conscious commitment to choose to see things differently. So I choose to see this obstacle as an opportunity. I choose to see with joy today. I choose to see the silver lining in this experience, and really using choice as the operative word.
And I also love that you are pretty real and say it doesn't mean that you're always happy. Being spiritual doesn't mean that you're not some days going to have a rough day or cry a little or get frustrated. So you can just get back to that centered space a little faster with these affirmations. And I know being a mom adds a whole nother level to it. You're experiencing that now. I'm thinking all the moms at home right now who are trying to carve out space for self-care, but also do their Zoom calls, cook, clean, whatever they're doing. Do you have any advice to kind of truncate that day, keep that good energy going?
Routine. The schedule and the routine has really given me freedom. So routinizing your day is also very beneficial for your children. So making sure that there's that schedule that you stick to, because if you're really committed to that schedule, that's when you know that you'll have that, even if it's 30-minute nap or a 3-hour nap, you have that period of time. Or that this is the half hour that I will let my kid watch Peppa Pig, or whatever it is, that you're going to really set aside those specific times. And the more routinized you you are, actually the more mobile you are in your life, the less likely you will be to get depressed, the less likely you will to feel stuck or immobilized. So routine and schedule is extremely helpful right now for your mental health, for your overall well-being, and for your connection to your children as well.
And you've got a lot of free content out there. I want to encourage people to follow you on Instagram, Twitter. Just look for Gabby Bernstein, also at GabbyBernstein.com, your website. But you also have something free for Audible members. They can listen to something that can help them out.
I just came out with a new audiobook called You Are the Guru, and it's 6 messages for living in uncertain times with certainty and ease and faith. So it's going to be very timely for people at this moment. If you're an Audible member, it's free, and it's free with a free membership if you do the 30-day trial as well. So it's pretty much free if you want it. That's
Absolutely.
out there. You are the guru.
Thank you. Good message for everyone. You are the guru. Gabby, always great to be with you, and so happy to see that you're doing well. Congrats again on the baby.
Thank you. It's so nice to see your face.
Nice to see you. All right, again, to learn more about Gabby and to see all of her great books and everything she's doing, a lot of it is free content to help you. You can visit GabbyBernstein.com.
Yeah, I remember her when.
Yeah, I know. She's really now, she's on Oprah Still Sunday and showing up on the morning shows, really New York Times bestseller many times over. But people like her because she is very accessible. So if you're trying to learn to meditate or use some of these spiritual principles in your daily life, she's a great place to start because it's really easy to read. You would like some of her guided meditations. They're very mainstream and easy to access, and you really benefit from them.
That's great.